There is a quiet irony at the heart of the AI-enabled workplace. The better these tools become, and the more we come to trust them, the less inclined we are to question what they produce. That instinct feels efficient. It is also, I want to suggest, the beginning of a measurable decline in the very capacities that make senior professionals worth their salaries. For a while now, we have treated this as a personal habit, something individuals ought to be more disciplined about. I think that framing is wrong. When the judgment your organization sells is quietly thinning across your whole team, that is not a habit to correct. It is a business risk to govern, and it belongs on the same agenda as any other threat to the value you create. The evidence is now specific. Microsoft Research and Carnegie Mellon surveyed 319 knowledge workers across nearly 1,000 real-world tasks. And the pattern they found should give every leader in this room pause, because it runs exactly counter to how we assume expertise works. Here is that pattern. The more confidence a person placed in the AI tool, the less critical thinking they applied. But the more confidence they placed in their own ability, the more thinking they did. Trust in the machine and trust in yourself pull in opposite directions. And most of us, on most days, are quietly choosing the machine. And this is not confined to office work. In one study, 3 months after clinicians were given AI support to read scans, their ability to detect tumors without that help had fallen by 6%. 6% in a single quarter, purely because the skill was no longer being exercised. Skill, it turns out, is not permanent. It is maintained through use, and it fades through disuse. And this is where it becomes a trap. When a tool offers a fast, fluent, polished answer, it nudges the mind out of slow, deliberate reasoning and into quick acceptance. As the tool earns our trust, our scrutiny relaxes, which is precisely the moment scrutiny matters most. Researchers call this cognitive offloading. We hand our mental work to an external system. It frees effort today and weakens the underlying faculty over time. The more we lean on it, the less able we are to check it, so we lean on it more. For a board, this changes what AI adoption even means. The risk is not only that a model produces a flawed output, it is that the organization slowly loses the collective capacity to notice. When strategic thinking is routinely handed to a machine, institutional reasoning and independent foresight quietly atrophy, and leadership becomes less able to challenge the very systems it has come to depend on. The answer is not to abandon these tools. They deliver real value. The answer is to build deliberate friction back into how we use them. Protect time for unassisted analysis. Require a first draft of your own thinking before anyone writes a prompt. And treat moments of difficulty, even boredom, not as inefficiencies to optimize away, but as the exercise that keeps judgment fit. Cognitive fitness, like any other, is lost the moment you remove the effort. So here is the discipline worth cultivating. The most capable leaders of the next decade will not be those who trust AI the most, nor those who refuse it. They will be the ones who know when to lean on it and when to switch it off and think for themselves. Confidence in a machine is not the same as competence, and the two are quietly pulling apart. Trust the tool less and think more. If you would like, I will come and run this with your leadership team and help you design the friction that keeps your organization's judgment sharp.